All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Again, rather, sorry, again. So this live stream is going to be shorter. Uh, Again, I just want to fucking lay down, man. Just getting old. Where were you when YouTube shut down? Nice. Listen, if YouTube shuts down, not the end of the world. Finley the dog, thank you for the 5x5. Sorry. Maria Groundhog, buy the book. Thank you for 5x5. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival just sent me a text, and he shows that YouTube's down. At the very least, YouTube's acting up. Sojourner, WTC, Winter Homestead, thank you for the 5x5. Chair K, Patrice, Elaine, Mark, Prep to Adapt, thank you for the 5x5. Angelwood, Flown Grown, thank you for the 5x5. Groundhog, thank you for the 5x5. Mamacita, Original One Shot One Kill, Moose, Debbie, thank you for the 5x5. And Adriana says she got unsubscribed from all channels. No shit. Lisa, NC, thank you for 5x5. Barbara, thank you for the 5x5. Paul F, thank you for the 5x5. Cherokee, thank you for the 5x5. GMC, Glock, Jason, Fluster, Scorpion Tiger, Annette, Rabbit, thank you for the 5x5. Okikon, thank you for the 5x5. Blackfoot, Patty, thank you for the 5x5. Let's get on for the show. My subscriptions don't show up. All right, so then it's a YouTube problem across the board. I guess such is life. They'll figure it out. They're gonna listen. I suspect, man, that the mother of all hacks is gonna happen to a major platform, and I think they're gonna hack one of these platforms and shut it down, like permanently shut it down. So I could definitely see that coming. And if that does happen. Yeah, then a lot of people are screwed. I mean, not so much me because I got a second job and a side gig, so I'll be fine. But a lot of people are going to be screwed if they hacked YouTube and shut it down. That would be bad, man. That would be astronomically bad. I mean, there are people who this is their living, this is their livelihood. So that would suck. I know a lot of people, like don't care, but yeah, man, that would blow if that actually happened. I can't even pull up my channel on my iPad. It's saying something went wrong, but I can go back, yeah. Oh, it popped up. That would be bad, man. That would be excellent. Thank you, One Shot, One Kill. Appreciate that. Appreciate the donation. Thank you. But yeah, it looks like it's all falling apart. YouTube, anyway. YouTube's going to constantly get hacked. Other platforms are going to get hacked as well. They're going to be constantly hacked. So, yeah. If you need to smile, maybe you need a little fun. Winter Homestead. Yeah, I could use some fun. His subs are disappearing. It could be that, too. People could have been tired of my bullshit. Oh, yeah? You're going to break my fucking balls because I'm old? Fuck you. And then all the old people simultaneously unsubscribe from my channel. There is that. But let's jump into the problem that they are trying to avoid. And I talked about this in my video yesterday. Did I? I did. Yes, yesterday. I talked to them about it in my video on this channel, the Angry Truth channel. But this is going to be a little more in depth because we got a little more to go over. But the accelerated aging, guys, is causing an explosion in cancer. So they state that that accelerated aging is causing people or younger people rather, to develop this disease, this problem, sorry. And the thing is, that sort of makes sense if they weren't forgetting the simple fact that these are the same people that took the ARM ticket and they're now accelerating in age. Now, I told you before that I noticed people who took the ARM ticket and they look like they aged. I mean, like we won a couple of months without seeing certain people, and I went back to see them, and I'm like, the fuck, they look like shit. Like their hair looked all fucking frayed out or thin. and they just look like they aged a bunch of years after taking this one arm ticket. Now, there are a lot of people who've seen the same thing. They've also seen aggression levels in people go up, which I thought was interesting because I noticed the same shit. I noticed the aggression level in people increased, at least here in the city, but I'm hearing around the world they're seeing aggression level and mental health being disrupted. And I think it's being disrupted because of the optic. But anyway, let's get into the article. So a researcher from the WUSM said multiple cancer types are becoming increasingly common among younger adults in the United States and globally. Understanding the factor driving this increase will be the key to improve the prevention or early detection of cancer in younger people and future generations. Bullshit. Now, I also think that this was made to happen so that the pharmaceutical companies can make more money. But that's a side note. According to The Blaze, he said, accumulating evidence suggests that younger generations may be aging more swiftly than anticipated, likely due to earlier exposure to various risk factors and environmental insults, i.e. climate change. However, the impact of accelerated aging on early onset cancer development remains unclear as to why that's happening. The information comes as different cancers are on the rise among younger people, including colon cancer, which is exploding in the younger people population. Generally, the new article, unprecedented increase in youth cancer cases, U.S. scientists link to accelerated aging process. Generally, the older we get, the higher our risk of developing cancer. This is because the biological mechanism that repairs mutation and DNA damage and eliminating let me read that again, guys. Generally, the older we get, the higher our risk of developing cancers are. This is because the biological mechanism that repairs mutations and damaged DNA and eliminates degenerate cells, tend to function less efficiently as we get older. The arm ticket is doing just that. It's a DNA sequence that hasn't been sequenced, or rather, is sequenced and not a blank DNA. The DNA in the arm ticket is the reason why people are seeing this explosion in everything and anything. Because they put a coded DNA instead of a blank DNA, and the doctors, like I said before, they don't know what the coded DNA is. I find that to be very, very odd, that they have this code in there that they can't decipher, which is, again, a giant red flag, and I think people are going to find out what that coded DNA is down the line. So it was all more surprising that the result of a global survey recently published in the BMJ revealed a disturbing trend. An international team led by some fucking Chinese group, let's just call them Wu-Tang, in the China Zhenjiang University evaluated the development of 29 types of cancer in people under the age of 50. The data came up from 204 countries and covered the period of 1990 to 2019. That is where they collected the data from. Coincidentally, that's a year before they started developing Mr. 19. Arm ticket, sorry. They did their data collection outside of the range. They're starting to see the range of cancer increase in the last 3 years. Last 3, they've been spiking. But they went back to 1990 to throw everybody off from thinking what we are all thinking. Anyway, increased cancer cases in people under 50. The shocking results. The number of cancer cases in people under 50 has significantly increased in the last 30 years. Bullshit, the last 3. Up by 79% worldwide. This increase is especially evident in the age group of 40 to 49. They consider that young people. Anyway, I feel old as fuck at 46. So Zhao and his team found out the number of cancer-related deaths have increased by 27.7% since 1990. Consequently, in 2019 alone, more than 1 million people worldwide under the age of 50 died from cancer. So according to the study, the most common types of early onset of cancer are breast cancer, bronchial and or lung cancer, and colorectal cancer. Those are the ones that spiked. These cancers are also accounted for most deaths among people under 50. The fastest increase is seen in the nasopharyngeal cancer. That's nostril cancer, which is or in this region, if you will. Prostate cancer, and prevalence of which is in younger age groups has risen by about 2.3% since 1990. Whatever. They're going to fucking throw this 1990 out there. So when people blame the arm ticket, they go, no. There was no arm ticket back in 1990. This study goes back to 1990 to 2019. Right before the arm ticket. The increase, guys, even Sloan Kettering and the other one, Sloan Kettering, I forgot the other one, the other Cancer Institute, stated that they've seen a boom in cancer in the last 3 years. Why are we going back to 2019? To throw everybody off of the bullshit. That's why. So they're stating accelerated biological aging process as a possible cause. But why is this happening? U.S. researchers have found an intriguing lead in their research for possible causes. They are able to demonstrate a connection to the accelerated biological aging process, explained Yi Chao, the study's lead author and surgery professor at the Washington University School of Medicine at the annual conference of the American Association of Cancer Research, as reported by the U.S. broadcaster CNN. Whatever. Okay. Her team analyzed the medical record of nearly 150,000 people ages between 37 and 54 from the UK Biobank data registry. Specifically, they focus on 9 blood-based markers that have been proven to be linked to biological aging. Now, some of these I can't pronounce, but forgive me because I'm going to chop this the fuck up. The markers they're looking at is albumin, a protein produced by the liver which decreases with age, creatine, which I started taking recently, or rather I'm going to start taking, a waste product in the blood that's produced during protein digestion and muscle tissue breakdown, bodybuilding. A measure of kidney function, lower values associated with the higher life expectancy. Glucose, blood sugar remains elevated longer after meals as we age. That's why you should go for a walk you should go for a walk or some kind of workout after you're done eating. C-reactive protein, produced by the liver in response to inflammation, relatively high value correspondent to faster aging. Lymphocyte count. A concentration of these white blood cells, which are responsible for immune function, generally decreases with age. Mean cell volume, a measure of average size red blood cells, which increase with age. The width of ecentrocyte distribution. I don't know what that is. Anyway, the size difference between a person's small and large something another that tends to increase with age. It's spelled ERYTHROCYTE. I can't pronounce it. Alkaline phosphates. Oh shit, I can't pronounce that one either. Phosphate, phosphatus. Sorry, phosphatus. I'm saying that wrong. The enzyme prominently produced in the liver and bone and tends to increase with age. White blood cell count, the number of white blood cells in the upper range of normal range, can be associated with a higher degree of aging. That doesn't talk about why it's happening. They're just talking about these are the markers that they're looking at. These 9 values are then entered into an algorithm called the PhenoAge, which was used to calculate the biological age of each individual. There's also an algorithm out there right now, guys, that they plug in these markers for you. I think you do a blood test. The blood test takes these markers and it calculates when you're going to die. That's fucking fun, knowing exactly when you're going to die. On October 5th, 2043, the Angry Prepper will die of X, Y, and Z. And that's of natural causes. That's not accounting for accidents and things like that. But who the fuck wants to take that and know exactly when they're gonna die? Or roundabouts. Now, some people say you could take these markers, put it in the algorithm, get the blood test, put them in the algorithm, and find out how you're gonna die. And you can prolong yourself by doing certain things to correct the problem, should you have that problem. But nonetheless, that's an interesting tool to use to find out when you're going to die. No, thank you. Now, if I'm going to die of a heart attack and it's going to tell me because my cholesterol, my triglycerides, and all these other things are high, and I could do things to fix it, yeah. Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know what's that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that erythrocyte? Right? Erythrocyte or erythrocyte? Whatever. Anyway, so the global cancer, guys, is exploding around the world. People are trying to figure out why this is happening. The colon cancer is the more interesting one because that's the one that's taking hold of a lot of the younger people. Now, again, this is for people under 50. I don't know why they keep calling us younger. I don't feel fucking young at 46. Nonetheless, guys, studies show that 1 in 10 colorectal cancer in the U.S. is diagnosed in someone between the ages of 20 and 50. This is a study into why colorectal cancer is among young people. There's a surge in early onset of colorectal cancer, the cancer DOS, whatever the fuck that is. So they found that across the years of studies, the average early climb in colorectal cancer in young adults was about 2% in the US, Australia, Canada, France, Japan. In the UK, it was almost 3% per year in England, Scotland, and Wales. And in Korea and Ecuador, it's roughly 5%. Now, I find it interesting, guys, that colorectal cancer in Korea is roughly 5%. Or rather that on average is 5%. And meanwhile, the US is lower. Korea has a way better diet. So does Ecuador, for that matter. Have a way better diet, and yet their cancer rate is higher. That doesn't make sense. At least for colorectal, it's higher. This doesn't seem big, but you can think about inflation. I don't know why they can think about inflation. It's about, if it's 2% every year, it's going to be a big change in the next 10 to 20 years. They're talking about the cancer rate going up. The colorectal cancer rate, going up. The younger people are at higher risk, and this is now no longer an old person's disease. So, Dos Ray Nunez started treatment in 2017 at Sloan Kettering and Mount Sinai Cancer Center in New York. Her husband remembers the doctors explaining how she was one of growing number of younger patients that they are starting to see. This is back in 2017. Now, yes, I did notice an influx of young people with cancer before the arm ticket came out, and I remember people in articles talking about that. I do remember that. But there since has been an explosion since 2021. So in between that time, the numbers were climbing, but not as fast as they have been in the last 3 years. We can all guess what has been going on in the last 3 years. So the cancer rate, guys, has gone up. They keep telling us it's not an old person's disease anymore. This is a young person's disease. Um, what's the name of this fucking chick's name? This was one of the doctors. Anyway, there's been a tumor size. There was a tumor size. Sorry. By the time doctors found the tumor in Dos Reis Nunez colon cancer and had spread, it was a stage 4, meaning that it reached other parts of the body. Now, stage 4 doesn't necessarily mean a death sentence. It just means that it spread throughout the body. The family was blindsided by this. So this story is based on this one girl, who, if I'm not mistaken, is 43 years old and was diagnosed with colon cancer that spread throughout other parts of her body. We're not going to read that because not that it's boring, but, it is what it is. Cancer registry in 43 countries found that the incidence of early onset cancer is rising rapidly in colorectal and 13 other types of cancer, many which affect the digestive tract, and this increase is happening across many middle-aged and high-income nations. Again, Korea is a weird one, and so is Ecuador, because their diets are not American diets, and yet they have a high colorectal cancer rate. This is bad, guys, and listen, this is bad, but a lot of this can be contributed to what I think it is, the arm ticket. That's all it is. There's also an increase in kidney cancer. Thank you, Juby, for bringing up she's missing a kidney. Kidney cancer is also up as well, which is a rare one. Nonetheless, it's up. Yeah, guys, it's just bad. It's just bad all the way across the board. People are going. We're going to see a major influx in this, and there's not going. You're going to know somebody by the end of, let's say, 2025, 2026. You're going to know somebody personally that has taken the arm ticket and has cancer. But there are people who haven't taken the arm ticket and developing it as well. But that is also normal. But they're going to batch those people in, and they're going to be like, well, I developed cancer. I didn't take the arm ticket. Well, you didn't. But the 15 other people behind you that did all coincidentally have kidney cancer and or colorectal cancer. Yeah, pancreatic cancer, guys, is a death sentence. That's a you get that one, you're toast. Matter of fact, I was reading about Patrick Swayze's wife, stating that when he found out that he had pancreatic cancer, he already knew he was dead, and he already knew there was no fighting it. You cannot fight pancreatic cancer. That's the one cancer, guys. You get that, you're toast. All right. Anyway, with that being said, guys, just know that more of these also weird ailments are going to pop up as well. We're definitely going to see people with weirder ailments popping up that shouldn't have developed it. And you're going to see younger people developing this shit as well. So, yeah, it's not looking good for a lot of people, but unfortunately, guys, it is what it is. People are going to develop more issues down the line, and it's just going to get worse. I mean, people are passing away at an alarming rate, and they have a research going on with that. They got research going on right now with people fucking developing these odd cancers. So there's a lot of, not studies, but there's a lot of investigations going on right now. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go off the air right now, guys. I am, again, tired, old. It was just a busy week. And I had not a photo shoot, but I had to do a Sweet 16, like a photography gig for a Sweet 16 party. That was fun, but it was kids, so I'd rather do birthday parties like grown-ass adults. You can see the blood clots. Yes, I know that. I've seen those videos where you can see the the blood clots being pulled out of people. That's not good. Anyway, with that, guys, I'm going to go lay down now. And I'll see you guys Thursday night. If there's overtime, you will not see me Thursday night. You might see me Friday night. I might shift it to Friday night if there's overtime Thursday night. If there's no overtime, I'll be on Thursday night. If there's overtime, I'll be on Friday night. All right, guys, other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. And I will have a Wednesday midweek report tomorrow morning. I'll be doing that a little earlier, around 8 or so. So other than that, guys, thank you. And thanks for the donation. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. And I'll see you guys later.